Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yes, to another episode of Evol Live.
I'm
Yes.
Lady Evol.
And I'm Evol, and we in the building.
Hello.
Yes. Once again, it's another very, very special episode.
Yes.
We got some friends, some family, some horror family in the building.
They my
tonight,
horror besties.
You know, for real.
They are.
You know, let them know. Let them know.
I love their podcast, y'all. Doing it big on Spotify. I listen to the podcast while I'm working, and it gets me through.
Yes. They've got a lot of dope content, you know, and we're speaking none other than, you know, the Rise from the Dead podcast. You know, they're gonna be joining us tonight to talk about a little movie, you know, that we enjoy, you know, that I feel like goes with the theme of their show. You know? So yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
Yes.
We're gonna do what it do.
Can I introduce them?
Oh yes.
Introducing Germs and Ash from the Rise from the Dead podcast. Everybody, clap it up for them. Iconic.
Yes, thank you.
Ooh, I've never been called iconic, but it does suit me.
Yes, it does.
Us, Ash, I guess. No.
Don't you start.
Oh, I'm on one. You know what? Tyrone, Jaleesa, we love y'all. We love y'all so much. We cannot wait to see y'all.
Oh yes. You know, reunion coming again, you know, BlurredCon, you know, definitely doing big things. You know, we both actually got panels, you know. If the people don't know, let them know. You know, it's the first time's a charm, and we about to kill it. You know, how y'all feeling about it? How y'all feeling about BlurredCon?
Nose goes, Ash. Go ahead.
Well, since I missed out on all the fun last year, I've been really looking forward to this year. Like, I can't wait to meet up with everyone. Like, y'all are like, not only y'all are my friends, like I consider y'all my family. So it's gonna be a huge family reunion. I cannot wait. And then Gray's gonna be there. And like, if y'all been following me, like Gray and I, we've been working together for like, I want to say 6-7 years, and we have yet to meet in person. So I am super, super excited to meet my big bro. Like I told Germs I'm going to cry, and I hate crying. So I'm just so excited, and it's just going to be so much fun.
It's a happy tears. That's what it's all about. It's about mingling with the folks. You know.
I'm nervous about the panel, but we have a combined panel. It's going to be Rise from the Dead with Gray Matter, and also our friends, people under the stairs, Bobby and Mike. So we have people to lean on in that sense. I think it's going to be a discussion, but I think it's going to be some shade thrown. It's going to be some bickering. But you know something? That's what I come to these things for. I love y'all. I really do. Like I'm gonna echo what Ash said. Yeah, it's fun, you know, to see all the stuff, but I really, really enjoy us. And the first time I was on your show, Tyrone, you had asked me a question, and I'll never forget it. You basically, in essence, you were asking, you know, what does like horror mean to you? And I said, yeah, it means something to me because it's nostalgic and it brings something to my childhood, but how we come together and you find people, and that's what means a lot to me. And it's going on a couple of years now that I've known Ash and others, and you look back at it and it feels like yesterday.
Oh yeah. It feels like just yesterday when I first discovered, you know, the Rise from the Dead podcast, and you know, Ash and what she was doing over there, doing the work that needed to be done, you know, giving these recognized films, you know, bringing them to the light and bringing them to the folks, the people, and you know, then adding in Germs to that pot, you know, adding a little seasoning, you know?
that good seasoning. Yes. And then the sauce, y'all cover art is one of the best horror cover arts I've ever seen.
Yes.
Shout out to Germs. Shout out to Germs. That was his his idea.
Yeah, I was soliciting people, and they I was like, we can do a little Canva. It's nothing wrong with Canva, but I wanted to go hard with Ash.
No.
Ash set the bar here. I had to meet her here. So I'm like, nah.
Y'all did that. I love it.
Thank you. We thank you.
Yes, yes. And also, we've been on your podcast as well, so make sure if y'all haven't checked out the episode, the Valentine's Day episode, make sure.
How was the date, by the way?
Oh, it was the date was fun. The movie wasn't.
Okay.
What movie was it?
Imaginary.
Yeah. Say less.
I mean, I ain't trying to throw no shade toward the movie. I love the idea, but it was the execution.
It was.
And
I love DeWanda Wise.
Exactly.
And that little girl killed it. You hear me? She killed it. It was the performances for me. But I agree with you, and we don't need to say any more about it. I wish I would have imagined that movie. So
I am done.
If you know, you know.
yes. We got some folks in the chat.
My family. Hey, cousin.
Michael, Anthony in the building.
Michael.
Mr. Michael in the building. We got the other Mike in the building. Michael. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for coming back.
We got AP Blake in the building.
Hello.
Yes, thank you for stopping by. Mike said,
Who's drunk?
Who's drunk? I am fine. I have water. See, no, he's not talking to me because I believe him and I still have a truce. So he's not talking
Y'all
to me.
Y'all still have the contract.
Yeah, he's talking about you, Tyrone.
Okay.
He's not talking about me.
Okay.
Bitch.
We got Bobby.
My other cousin, Bobby.
Bobby likes the spooky in the building.
I hope you enjoyed your birthday. All the Taurus birthdays.
Yes,
I know it's Gemini season, but
Taurus
I hope everybody enjoyed their birthday.
It's Taurus season. It's not just the season, it's the reason.
Hey.
Hallelujah.
We got Paul Draws.
Paul, what up?
My favorite name on here.
Yes.
My favorite Draws. We got Mr.
Sylvester. What's up?
Horror author.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for stopping by. Mike, two ice duos. We love to see it. Yes.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Yes, I was going. I ain't want to say it. I ain't want to say it. I ain't want to be the one. But now that you say it, I ain't
not wig, wigs, because there was two.
Okay,
I clocked it.
We're gonna count, y'all. We're like, that's a bad
see that lace not bleach. I don't see those knots bleach. No.
Okay, and look at that part. We can't even see the part. How it start from the beginning and not the end?
How is she going to bed without a bonnet? That's what threw me off.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's so many questions, so many unanswered questions, so many questions.
She probably tried to tell them and they didn't believe her. Like, bitch, go to bed. Like, what? It's not realistic. We wear things on our head to bed. Anyway,
we got Paul. He says, Tyrone, am not good with making up names, but I'm good with drawing designs.
Yeah.
Listen. I love the name. I love the design as well. It's a perfect combo.
And the profile pic.
Yes. We are the most hardest on ourselves, but when you put your art out there in the world, people resonate with it. So we resonate with it heavy. So yes, let's get into it.
Yes.
The movie, The Perfect Host. I got a few questions. Nothing crazy tonight.
Oh,
Nothing
you ain't tell me you were
tonight.
doing questions.
Nothing crazy tonight.
I'm afraid. Let us pray.
All right. So we're gonna start with you, Liddy. We're gonna start with you.
All right.
For this first question. Now, you're at home alone. It's a balmy night. In the summertime.
A what me night?
A balmy night.
Balmy?
Yeah, balmy. It's
what
a
do you
little.
mean?
It's a little like saturated. It's a little saturated.
Oh,
outside,
okay. So I'm dewy.
Dewy.
What do you mean balmy?
Like it's saturated outside. It's the weather.
The what?
All right,
okay,
both
okay,
right.
what's the
Y'all both
scenario?
right. Y'all both
All
right.
right. All right. So it's balmy outside. You know. So
I think it's the lingo. That's what it is.
All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well,
Thank you, Sylvester, because I never heard that in my life. I'm like, what is balmy?
I knew what he meant when
it's the word.
I knew what he meant when he first said it.
I'm just sitting over here like, yeah.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Okay. Shout out to AJ and Christy, you know, for stopping by in the building.
Yes.
Hey.
They're doing it big, you know.
Doing it big. My goodness.
Doing it big, you know. Now it's a balmy night, you know, you get a knock on the door, you know, and there's this guy. He's just, you know, he doesn't look like a creepo, but you know, something. It's like, why are you here? You know, and but he's a stranger, and he's like, you know what? I'm a little lost. You know, I'm a little hungry. I smell your dinner. You know, I smell your dinner. You know, would you invite a stranger in for dinner?
No, just for the fact of being a woman, hell no.
Okay.
I don't know you. Don't knock on my door. I'm gonna pretend I'm not home. I know you in there. I see your feet moving in the shadow. You're wrong. I'm not home. I'm not answering the door.
That just gave me an idea. I'm gonna write that.
Yeah, it's funny. Of course, you don't make noise. You just gotta wait until they go away. But don't open the door.
Like hold your breath, like.
Yeah, like you gotta be freezing. Just and then get a weapon and just hide. Like, cause I don't know you. If you come to my door and you're like, I smell your food. I'm calling the cops, sir. I'm calling the cops.
I must be a slut. My first questions is he cute and what's his credit score?
Germ.
Okay.
If you smell my dinner, I'm gonna give you something to eat.
I'm done.
Oh shit! Damn.
So you would
wait. Time out. Hold on. I take that back because I think Brandon is listening.
Yeah, I'm you know,
not on pride.
Not on pride.
You know what? So you would invite a stranger over?
Absolutely. No. All jokes aside, hell no. You know, I may not look like it, but I got melanin in me. So no, we smarter than that.
Okay.
No God.
What?
Sylvester. He said, "Germ's gonna be a missing person flyer."
I look cute on the side of a milk carton.
I'll make sure we pick out a good picture of you, Germs. I'm like, no, use this picture.
Make sure it's the pic. Yeah, right. I have a haircut and it's after my weight loss.
I got you.
All right. We're done.
What about you, Ash? Would you invite a stranger over, especially like if this is a safe neighborhood? You know, people leave their doors unlocked. You know, everybody know who everybody is. You know, the police be strolling through. You like, oh hey Bill. You know, just patrolling the block. Oh hey Bill. You know.
Bill.
You know, it's always a Bill.
It's always a Bill. I got a Bill on my block.
What is a safe neighborhood? Even if it's considered a safe neighborhood, it's not really safe.
True. I mean,
you never know people's true intentions, and I'm going to say hell no.
You know what? I feel you because Michael Myers and, you know, a lot of other folks, the strangers have taught us that even though you out the way doesn't mean that, you know, you can't be a fillet. You know, just because you're out the way don't mean that you can't be a fillet.
Get this man a record deal, somebody.
What about you?
Yeah.
I think it really depends.
Yes.
It really depends. I don't know if I would let you in, but I'll make you a plate. If you like, oh, it smells, I'm like, oh, sure, I'll make you a plate, pal. You know,
Lower it down from the window, from the upstairs window.
yeah, I
The third
give you
floor.
a plate. You know,
See, that just answered the question. Tyrone's the first to go in our group. He's the first one to go.
I give you a plate. You know, just a little, it's just a little sample. You know, just a little sample. You know, because you never know. People be going through a lot. People be going through a lot out here. You know, you never know. But yes, that was the first question. You know, now we go into the second question. You know, and I'm gonna drop it on Ash first. You know, if your friend started talking to someone who wasn't there, would you call them out on it, or would you just play along and be like, oh, okay, you know? Like, would you start talking to their imaginary friend, or would you call them out and be like, "Hey, what the hell's
I
going
just
on?"
had to go first, huh? You know something. you know I got special powers. That's why. I'm just kidding. I'll play along because I mean, from my expertise in this horror genre, like I watch too many movies to know not to fuck around with spirits, imaginary friends, and all that stuff. So I'll play along. I'll be like, "Oh, is that your friend? Well, here's Harold. Harold, meet friend. There you go. We'll be best buddies." Because at the end of the day, I have to survive. You gotta do what you gotta do. In the words of Degrassi, whatever it takes.
It always comes back to Degrassi. Always.
That was a deep show. Y'all missed out.
Look at Germ. Look at him.
Y'all missed out on the mess. I'm sorry, Germs. Y'all missed out. Okay, you missed out. That show was the one, not the two.
I knew it. I knew we was gonna be mentioning Degrassi tonight. I knew it.
At least once.
Yeah, what about you, Germs? What would be your
See, it doesn't freak me out because I've dealt with elderly people who had Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff like that. So I can attribute that. I'm okay with that. But if it's someone who's young and there was nothing wrong with them and they start talking to people, I'm getting my chain, like got my crucifix or something out, or just, I'm staying clear from that. Freaks me out. It's one thing where you could fight like a ghost face or Michael Myers. They're physical. They're right there. Yeah. But spirits and shit like that, I don't know. Or just what's even scarier than people like spirits is people's imagination. That's weird too.
That is true, because you don't know what's going on, and you don't know what their mind is conjuring up.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God, I can't wait to get into this movie.
We probably got the same notes.
Listen.
I think we all do.
So what would be your answer?
Same as Ash and Germs. You absolutely play along. Especially you don't know if they could be a homicidal maniac. Like it may not be the makeup and they're acting the situation out. Like what if what if they actually hurt you? So it's best to play along so you're not next.
Okay. I respect it. I think I would play along as well, just because like I'm a troll at heart, so I'd probably be, just interacting, being like, oh, hey, what's up, Bill? Just whatever. I just be playful with it. I feel like I'd be playful with it, especially
I want to meet this Bill.
I feel like he's mentioning Bill because of King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Bill Tree. I'm done.
Shout out to the King of the Hillians.
I love King of
the Hillians.
Shout out to Team Daria.
Oh yes, God.
Yeah.
Jaleesa, I'm gonna tell you something when we get off.
Okay.
So we got some folks in the chat. We got Sylvester. The people who leave their doors unlocked always end up on ID talking about things like this.
That is so true, Sylvester.
Michael said, what if he's like, you smell good too?
Michael,
listen.
The way I would bust out laughing, but I'm like I'm gonna laugh.
My goofy ass, like, you like chocolate?
Hey. Hey.
We got In Love with Horror. They said we got kids. We ain't letting strangers up in here. Now, I get it, especially if you parents, or you got, you watching after somebody or whatever. But if you solo dolo and you up in the house and it's like, give him a plate, fix him a plate.
There's a stranger in my house.
Mhm.
It's like,
Let's take a while to figure
Shit. It ain't
You
gonna
put me
take me a
onto that.
while.
I know.
It's a stranger. that shit is fire.
It's so
It is.
true.
Pop
But what also
quiz.
applies is nobody's
Mhm.
supposed to be here.
no, exactly. There you go.
Don't even get me started.
I know. We're gonna end up belting. It's one of them songs. It's one of them. Like some people sing like at the top of their lungs them songs that one song. Everyone, nobody's supposed to be here out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm thinking a couple of songs in my head right now, but we just gonna get off track and
like
They're gonna be like, what about the movie? It's a sing along now, y'all.
Listen. We
follow the bouncing ball. Here we.
yeah, pretty much.
Listen, we gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Which actually gave me another idea. But you could read the.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Michael, you can open the door. I'm okay with that. Sylvester.
Sacrificial lambs. My gosh.
Crazy.
Michael is he's gonna find a way to mind control this person and send him to your house, Sylvester. So you better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, protect the children.
So Sylvester, what have I done?
See? I didn't even see the comment. I'm telling you. He will do that.
In my circle, they're just trying to get their VA rate.
You ain't right, but you could make that comment. You ain't right though.
We got some Degrassi pride in the building.
Oh God!
BBL drizzle.
I can make it through. Degrassi is yeah.
I'm alone on this hill.
Michael, let's not act like the great From battle of Townies versus the Hotel didn't happen. True. Shout out to From. Everybody needs to
Cannot wait.
check it out. Degrassi flew so every other teen show could call. Damn.
It was Euphoria before Euphoria was Euphoria. It was off the chain on that show.
A townie figure. Facts, Michael. Facts. Paul draws. When I was a child, never hear voices in my life. Okay, Imaginary, do your own thing. yeah. Imaginary was a movie. It happened. It was a movie. My mind would go to Toby and Paranormal Activity. I'm not fucking with it. I'm gone. Now I get it. I understand. Some Toby loved that shit was freaky. And yes, the Thunder Puss remix.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Bobby, yes, come on, love that song. Oh yeah. They was rooting for us when we was giving the vocals. Scottish Geek Guy. Thank you for stopping by. Also love Degrassi. Yes. I'm a Degrassi. I'm a Dawson Creek kid.
Me too. I love Dawson's Creek.
I knew it. I said, who's going to sing it first?
Team Pacey forever. Team Pacey.
Listen. It's never too late to sing.
That just shows, like,
song.
y'all, we had a good childhood.
Yeah, we
TV-wise.
Yeah, we did.
We were raised right.
Yeah, we did. Like I think I watched one episode of Dawson's Creek. It was like their horror themed episode, but the song was iconic.
That's iconic.
The song was iconic. Now my next question, I'm gonna pass it to Germs first. Now, if you were on the run, where would you hide out? Where would you choose to hide out, Germs? If you were on the run,
Michael's house. Because no, I'm just playing. He'll give me up. Oh, see, I'm s- I'm such a chicken shit. I'm a scaredy cat. I would get myself in like, look, I'm sorry. I will cooperate. I will snitch. I got shit to lose. I'm not running no more. I'm tired. Just you know, I don't know. I don't have it in me. That is longevity, and this body does not run. And I'm not a good liar. I'm not a good liar at all, bro. Like I get caught up in my lies so damn much. It's ridiculous. So it's not worth it. I'm a terrible criminal. Lock me up. Put money on my books.
I respect it. I respect. They said, in love with horror. Said definitely not Mike. You're on a truce, Germ. Don't forget.
Yeah, he called me drunk earlier.
So, what about you, Ash? Where would you hide if you were on the run?
I'm not saying. I'm just kidding.
No, that's a good answer. Actually,
no, I would go to Gray's. I would, because I'll hide out at Gray's because I feel like he'll have something planned out for me. And he's always called Mr. International because he's always traveling. So I'm pretty sure he'll find me a place for me. So I have to go with my big bro.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. You know. Now where would you go?
You don't gotta tell.
I know, but okay, it doesn't have to be a real place.
No, it don't gotta be a real place.
I didn't think this through, but I feel like the best place to hide, or at least for me, is it would have to be a fictional place where I can blend in and pretend I'm like everybody else. So if it's like Stepford or Wisteria Lane or the place where that girl was in Yellow Jackets, she's like the leader, the cult leader, something like that, where it's a bunch of people and they would like protect me and I could change my identity or whatever. I would be a part of something like that. It would be really hard to find a person like that. Some type of a cult, but a nice one, not the roly-poly-oly people, not the Heaven's Gate,
Heaven's
not
Gate.
them, not Heaven's
away
Gate,
from me.
not Nexium, not 7M, the TikTok people. No, it got to be, and then not the tickling people. Hell no, it got to be like a nice. Not Midsummer either. It got to be like a nice cult or whatever, like the one from Yellow Jackets, where no foolishness is going on. Okay, that's my answer.
Okay.
Hiding in the cold.
I respect it. You know, I think if it were me, I'd probably hide out at the at Blockbuster. You know, to be honest, because I feel like shit don't really pop off. I've never heard nothing popping off at a damn Blockbuster before. And I think there's one left in America, you know, and I'd be low key in the middle of nowhere. I think it's middle of America, you know, in the middle of nowhere.
If I was a detective, I would find your wallet and see there's a Blockbuster car in it. He still has it.
God.
And if there's only one Blockbuster, I'm going. And I'm gonna find you there.
That's you. That's cause you know me. But these detectives, they gonna be like, you know, this man, you know, let's go to the sports bar to find him. You know, let's go to the.
But I guess that I feel like they would still. I mean, if you have your wallet, they can't go through it and tell. But yeah,
true.
But Michael, we the same because I legit thought that. But it's so dirty in Skid Row. It's dirty.
Oh my gosh.
Michael said, "I'm hiding on Skid Row, a little shop of horrors." But it's dirty down there. But the way that I bust out that song where they're singing about Skid Row, I sing that every week out loud. That's the song. That's my one. I'm like downtown singing at the top of my lungs.
Okay.
So if it wasn't so dirty down there, I would go, Michael. Me too.
Mike says I'm hiding in Canada. They can't bring me over then. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I feel that is smart. That is very smart.
You know what else is in Canada? Degrassi.
Oh shit! Come on, Tyrone, can we wrap this up? I'm ready to
Here we go. Here we go. I blame Aubrey. Blame Aubrey.
Yes.
Blame Aubrey. Now, for the last question, before we actually talk about this film, I'm gonna take it back to you. Now, if you are having a dinner party, what are you serving your friends at this dinner party?
Ooh.
Oh, the salmon that I like to make. It's
Okay.
smoked honey salmon. I would make some brown rice with the coconut liquid aminos. So there's like a little bit of sodium in it, some brown rice. If they wanted asparagus, if they're an asparagus crowd, I would make that. But if not, I would do the cheesy red potatoes. And then I'll probably get like a red velvet cake. If anyone likes red velvet cake, I love red velvet cake.
I love red velvet.
And I would also get some type of a pineapple lemonade made, and the Moroccan mint, the Moroccan mint tea. just variety of drinks, and have like a spread going on.
You throwing down like that, Jaleesa? My goodness, why when are we coming over? My goodness.
I don't know. I've been experimenting with a bunch of foods since the lockdown. Like he knows, like some of them did not, come out right, but some of them came out really, So there are some recipes I'm really proud of. So I would definitely make that for my dinner party. Have a variety of juices. If they drink, they can drink, but have some edibles and have some mushrooms for my people who like, microdosing or just dosing, and having a comfortable seat when it does hit. Mm-hmm. But I have to have all those things. It has to be the cannabis, it has to be the mushrooms, it has to be the juices, and it has to be the full spread of the food.
I'm digging it.
And the cake.
It's taking me back. Yeah. I feel like I gotta add some edibles into the equation as well. I'm definitely but I feel like I would use your oil,
okay.
For the I would pour the oil in there. I would make
I make cannabis cooking oil, y'all. That's what he's talking about.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. It'll take me.
You getting on my nerves tonight, Jaleesa.
Yes.
I just fill my tank and I'm on my way. Okay.
What?
Yeah, when the lockdown happened, I lost my job or whatever, and then I started the business. But the side business, I was making cooking oil and cannabis honey and cannabis tincture and just selling it. So because you can't trust everyone's edibles, I used to work at a dispensary, and it's hard to dose that. And I kept having bad trips. He kept having bad trips. People I know kept having bad trips. So I figured out the math and how to dose a meal or a full recipe without anyone having a bad trip. So it's like microdosing, but if someone has a really big, tolerance, just add a little bit more, but don't go crazy.
Yo, the stuffed bell peppers, time when you infuse some stuffed bell, I was on the side of the bed, butt naked, meditating.
He was not, but he was on the side. You were on the side of the bed.
Your side of the bed. Like,
your side.
Jaleesa, my goodness, you just had these little.
Damn.
My God, I'm impressed.
You know what? Impressed. She won. Like I can't even top that answer. So yeah. I'm not even gonna say anything.
My answer is I'm gonna go to y'all party, but we're all gonna be passed out. I got breakfast. I make a mean pancake. My breakfast spread is good. I got y'all. Yeah. We're going to your party. We'll spend the night there. Yeah. And then I got y'all in the morning.
I'll bring the mimosas. I'll make some giggle juice. Like I got y'all, but
we're good. We going to y'all party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Michael said
you better check the bag, Michael, if you're going to Popeyes. Check the bag before you leave the parking lot.
In Love with Horror, Christy makes a good lasagna.
Oh, I love
Yes,
pasta.
we gotta get some of that lasagna.
Yes. Oh, she most definitely is. She most, especially
So
when she in her
fancy.
bag, Sylvester. She most definitely is. Mouth watering. Yes. Fancy. Yes.
Jalisa,
Everybody
I
from
think
your
you lying. You gotta prove it to me.
listen.
Oh, I can definitely prove it.
Okay, Mike. I'm making some carne
jugo.
and some jugo with some rice, homemade tortillas, and agua de
Ooh, come
agua de
on with
Angel.
it.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. We with it. You know, yes, Evils, when y'all
Yes.
listen. When is we hosting? Let's go.
I don't know, but I would love to go to one of those mansions that the one we saw in Scary Movie 2. And then we just have that whole place and we have the dinner party, like but
Hold on.
no hand.
Time
With
out.
the hand.
Strong hand.
When are we playing in a horror Airbnb?
So I think a while ago I told I told Bobby that I wanted to do a murder mystery party at like a mansion with everybody and we stayed a night and we have a murder mystery game
that.
like Clue. Everyone has like their own name. I don't know, Mr.
Oh my gosh.
Colonel Mustard
so
and all
dope.
them, but we have our own like ratchet names.
My name is Master Williams. It's already claimed Master Williams.
Damn.
Okay. I see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta come up with a cool name, y'all. But y'all could come up with y'all names. Like I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Oh
yes. In Love with Horror says, where can we order this oil?
That's what I
listen. Don't make her start to get the whipping before BlurCon. Don't make her.
Oh, it's done. I'm bringing
Which burger?
I'm bringing olive oil.
All right, Chef Jalisa with the pot.
Start the whipping. I'm gonna start the whipping. Bonjour, yes, Dice.
Hey,
Thank
Dice.
you for stopping by.
Thank you for coming.
Everybody talking about fancy food.
Cheeseburger macaroni is the ultimate. That's my jam.
There's nothing wrong with hamburger helper.
Oh yes.
Vibing. Listen. I crack a can of beefaroni open in a minute.
Yes.
It is what it is. I ain't got time all the time. You know? Yes, Michael, this would be fun. Yes. When we rent two
unofficial. You said something. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Tyrone is serious. Yes, I am. Master Williams. Let's go. Double cheeseburger macaroni.
Yes,
come on.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think what I would make for the guests, I would use your oil, of course, infuse it, but make some tamale pie, put some like the base is cornbread. It's a cornbread base, and then sometimes I put like some shredded chicken, some shredded buffalo chicken, or
tamale pie
some shrimp in the middle, and then on top, you put baked macaroni and cheese on top.
So y'all be cooking.
You just scoop it in.
Y'all be cutting
and
up.
Especially if you infuse that mug.
See, I'm the bitch that's calling all y'all out. Y'all can't cook. Y'all gotta show me. Y'all gotta show me. It's just that simple.
Okay. We definitely, like, when you next time you in Philly, Germs, we gonna cook something.
And Dice.
Yes, 4 cheese lasagna mix here.
Yes.
Okay.
Love our 4 cheeses mix. Cheese coming from every angle. Love it.
Now, can we finally get to the movie? We
talked
about everything.
We are so sorry.
We have arrived to the review part, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived. Now, how did you guys feel about the film, the Perfect Host, 2010's very own? How did you guys feel? How did you feel, Ash, about the film overall?
Overall, I was pretty surprised. I've seen the cover art for this movie for quite some time, and I just looked past it. So when you brought it up, like, we're going to cover, I'm like, oh, well, that gives me a reason to finally watch this movie. But overall, I was really surprised. It was definitely not what I was expecting.
Oh yes. Oh yes. What about you, Germs?
Yeah, same. I seen it in passing, just casually scrolling on socials, see it on TV Guide here and there. Really never paid it no mind. I didn't even think it fell into the category of like horror or psychological thriller or anything like that. I just kept it moving. But when you said it's free on, here, there, Tubi, and it's on Peacock, I'm like, yeah, let me take a look at it. I watched it with my grandfather. Shout out to Manny. We just made a movie night of it.
Yeah. So what did your grandfather think about it?
He liked it, and for me, I don't want to spoil like anything for me. Like we're going to get into the review and stuff, but my copy's in the mail. It'll be here by Saturday. So
Yes, yes. Our copy's on the shelf back there. The copy's
Yeah.
definitely on the shelf. What did you think about the film?
I absolutely loved it the first time you showed it to me. Tyrone showed it to me, and I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, oh no, he's gonna hurt this man or whatever. But I was laughing the entire film. I didn't expect it to be so funny at the most random parts. And then when I see Warwick, I think Frasier. So it was just it really tripped me out that he was in a role like this. So I loved it.
And he was perfect too.
Perfect.
He did that. Yes, he did. I feel like his performance. I liked all the performances, and I want to get into like even the imaginary people, but I love Warnick's performance. He demolished that.
It was crazy. I mean, the first time I don't know what got me like to choose it. I think I was just like randomly channel surfing on Netflix or something, and I finally decided, I was like, let me just check this movie out. And I'm like, holy shit, this is just this is a sleeper. That's why I knew I had to get y'all on here. I knew we had to get y'all on here because y'all are the the king and queen, of sleepers and showing love to the sleepers, So I was like, I gotta get Rise from the Dead podcast, on here to chop it up with me and Lady Evol, about this, because this is one of them ones that I highly recommend to people. Like normally I don't talk much about like the plot and stuff like that, but we're gonna get into spoilers tonight. So if you have not seen it, ladies and gentlemen, spoilers, you definitely should check it out. It's a crime if you don't. Like you said, the performances and everything were just top notch,
Yes, and you can check it out on Peacock if you have it.
Yes, and Tubi. Because I know everybody got Tubi, So make sure you definitely check it out. Definitely In Love with Horror says definitely not what you expect going in. Yes, it's definitely one of them ones that take it. I didn't know where it was gonna go, and I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. But we're gonna start off, in the beginning. We meet our character, John. John. And this fool is seems like he's on the run.
Yes, he is on the run because he committed a crime.
Shame.
He done robbed somebody. Damn.
Shame.
He think he Cleo. Tried to rob a bank.
Can I just say, his feet look like they stunk so bad. Like his socks, his chucks, that injury, it just looked like he just need to bathe. Like he just put his feet alone, like
no disinfectant was gonna fix that. He needed to.
Yep. So
we just look. Thanks.
They opened the story with him being on the run from a bank robbery, and he has a wound on his foot. He knocked on a woman's door, and she turned him away. And then he looked through somebody's mailbox and saw a postcard. And it was from Julia. So he decided to pretend that he knew this Julia, knocked on this man's door and said, hey, I'm a friend of Julia's. He was looking for a place to hide because he just robbed the bank and the cops are after him. So
resourceful. I'm not mad at him. He's smart. He is smart. I wouldn't have thought of that, but yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't, it didn't work out for him, that much in the end. But I was like, damn, that is something like I would not have thought about doing, like going in somebody's mail and being like, oh, let me bring up this name, to just to let the person at the house know that, oh, I may know this person, or I'm a
Do
friend.
do people still do postcards though? Especially what year was this? 2011? Was they doing
Yeah,
Yeah.
postcards?
they
That would have been a
do.
red flag for me. Okay, okay, maybe not. All right.
I mean, it's a certain type of person. Like I work at the post office, so yeah,
Hmm.
it's people that
You see
send
him.
out postcards. Yeah, so
Mm.
it was wild. But what about you, Ash? What did you think about the intro to the character John?
Um, John. Yeah, I was just like, okay, he did something serious. And um the one part that cracked me up was like at the convenience store, and like he's trying to like get disinfectant for his wound, and then like come to find out a random woman is like robbing the store. And the part that got me weak was when the cashier was like, "You want paper or plastic?" Like
Oh yeah.
to put the cash in. But yeah, that got me weak. But John, I mean, when I first saw him, I was like, he looks so familiar. So you know me, I had to like look up the actor. I was like, oh, that's why. But I really like how resourceful he was, because like who would have thought to like, oh, let me look through some random mailbox and get lucky to find something that would be helpful for him. But at the same time, just like you couldn't go somewhere else, like all the other houses out in that whole neighborhood. But I like John, but I did like him. Like I throughout the whole movie, I kept going back and forth, like if I really care about this character or not.
That's
Okay.
interesting. Okay,
I
okay.
I liked him after I found out what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think this because I think this is like my fourth time watching this or whatever, like really sitting down and watching it, and I
Hmm.
I gained a little bit more empathy on my fourth watch. I was like, okay, once you see what's going on and how everything comes together, so which I was like, okay, this is this y'all played this nicely, which I'm sure we all have notes for, so but it's a wild thing watching this movie over. Like I know you guys watched it, once, but us being watching it over and seeing Warwick, when John goes up to Warwick's door and he's like, oh, Julia, and seeing this man react and be like, oh, well, yeah, she's over in, what was she over in, like
Sydney.
Sydney,
Sydney,
Australia.
Sydney, Australia, and he's like, oh yeah, like he's just playing this man like a fiddle, playing this man like a fiddle. So, like, what did you guys think? Like when Warwick's character, first got introduced, were you scared for him?
Oh,
I was.
see, no, not me. Like I wasn't scared for him. I felt like he was, because I felt John was genuinely not going to hurt him. Like if you gave him what he wanted, he was safe. I really felt like that. But then once he started like, going to the side and stuff, like that whole radio scene, like, yo, shut the fuck
Mhm.
up. Like that's when I was like, okay, hold on. Now I'm shooketh a little bit.
Yeah, I got really nervous because I was just like, he's letting a complete stranger in his home all because he knows Julia. And it's like, what are the odds that you're going to know the same person and who's in Australia? But I was just nervous for him because I was just like, oh, he's just so adorable. He's just so eager and he's willing to help. I'm just like, please don't hurt him.
How did you feel the first time you saw, Warwick?
I kind of, so the first time seeing it, there was something that Warwick did that led me to believe that he shouldn't be trusted. And again, this might be my paranoia or whatever, but it was when I feel like he was going to let him in the first time, but he wanted to act like he didn't want to let him in when he had every intention on letting him in. So whenever someone does that, I'm like, like you were going to let him in anyway. It was just something about that. It's people watching. I'm weird. So he just
yeah, we
he
need
just
somebody
kind of
like you in every group.
yeah, like it's just it was something about that. Like because I feel like if he immediately was like, come on in, like John would have gotten suspicious. This man is on a run and all these people are looking for him. And he uses his postcard and he's like, yeah, sure, come on in. Like he would have felt like something was up. Like, oh, you just willingly let me in your house and you don't know me. You don't even, and I got this wound on my foot. Like, I don't know. Like, oh, I lost my luggage or whatever. It's you have this sob story and you just, sure, come on in. So he had to play it up and act like, nah, you being suspicious. He had to like let him know a little bit that I don't trust you, dude. Then he came to the door, with his, sure, Julia would kill me. And I'm like, I looked at him when he said that Julia would kill me. And I was like, what movie am I about to watch? If you ever watch Desperate Housewives, like he acts like them. Like I gotta play it up. No, yeah, come on, because something with you. You got something with you.
It was a little too inviting, off the bat.
Yeah, too eager.
He was inviting, and then he acted like he wasn't inviting. And then he was invited again. When I see that, I'm like, that's a trick. That's a psychological trick. Pretend you don't want this person in your house when you actually do.
Reverse psychology.
Which plays out because of what we found out in the movie. So it makes perfect sense.
So, John, he ends up going into the house, with Warwick, and, he starts showing him around. He's like, oh, I'm got a dinner party tonight, getting snazzy, getting a little dressed up, cooking a little food for the folks tonight. You should join us. He's like, oh, I got things to do, so he starts. I think that his the news comes on, or the news comes on the radio.
Well, first he said, "Oh, you lost your luggage, so I'm going to call the airport." What was it? Oh yeah. What's your last name?
What's your luggage receipt? I was like, who carries the receipt?
Todd, have you ever been in a situation like that when you were about to be caught in a lie?
Yeah.
It's scary.
That's the thing. I am a bad liar, so I just cannot do that. I wouldn't be able to handle that situation,
Yeah. This today on the phone, I drank Brandon's juicy juice. Sorry, because Brandon loves juicy juice, and I smoked, and then on top of that, I hit his bowl.
If you don't leave that man's snacks alone,
I hit his bowl.
Not the combo.
Bro, I had cotton mouth, so I drank his juicy juice, and I hate the apple juicy juice, but I was so damn thirsty, and I wanted something with flavor, and I drank it. I cracked it open; it was fresh, and he was like, "Babe," he said meatball. He calls me meatball. He was like, "Meatball, did you drink my?" I'm like, "No, I don't like that." It's only two of us in this apartment. Who did? I was like, "Babe, it was you trying to gaslight and everything." I was like, "Yeah." So,
not the juicy juice.
I don't care.
The germs. What if he had a Ziploc bag with the juicy juice in it?
Now I'm telling on myself.
I've seen your saliva, the strands. I noticed your lip print on it matches. Like,
so someone drunk it and threw it in the trash. They broke in and drunk this one juice.
That's his favorite line. It's only left. Two of us here. That's his favorite line. Shut up. No, it's not. I see people. It's three.
I'm done. I'm done.
Terrible.
Wait, let me add that to the list. Hold on.
Oh gosh, this list that you make.
Germs don't drink nothing else. He might do something to the next juice just to prove it was you.
I should have filled it back up with water, but I already cracked the top open. But damn. See, terrible criminal, terrible liar. Just gotta do right.
I mean, sometimes you gotta cause a little mischief. There's nothing wrong with a little mischief. Sometimes everybody.
It's very wrong. That's why it's you know what I'm talking about.
You know, what's that? Matilda says sometimes you gotta be a little bit naughty. You know.
Yeah, I love Matilda.
Shout out to Matilda. Yeah.
And that chocolate cake. Oh boy. Ooh.
Not the remake Matilda. We like original Matilda.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
We're a little bit naughty. It's like
who is wearing a pretty red ribbon yesterday and isn't wearing one today? Can you answer me that? Who does this filthy ribbon belong to? Like, Matilda was.
I never wanted people to run out of a house so fast when that trench bro lady was coming down the steps.
Yes. Move.
Oh, but this isn't about Matilda.
Yes, not about Matilda. You know, we'll have a Matilda discussion later on.
Yes.
You know, but now, yes, he was mentioning, you know, he was on the phone, you know, acting like, oh yeah, what's your baggage number? You know, and what's that number? Let me call this person, you know, let me make sure. And I'm like, you know, rewatching it, you know certain things, but I'm like, oh, he's very adamant about like contacting his friend or whatever after the man is already in your house. Like, why is you so, you know, adamant about that after the fact? You know, you would think you take certain precautions. You know.
Cause he knew.
That's when I started getting suspicious though. Like that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, you pushing this a little bit too hard. You're really eager to help this stranger find his damn bag, and you know.
Well, how do you have the airline's number all like memorized?
That's what I'm saying too.
Who has it memorized?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who has a house phone?
See,
2011. You know, before I go in on things like that, I have to think of when this was made.
But even then, like house phones was cutting down. Like I remember people were, at least, you know, in some of the bougie neighborhoods, like people was like, yo, like cutting the cords early, like the 90s. I saw a lot of people cutting the cords, being like, oh, you got to have a cordless phone, you know. But in the 2010s, you know, like people was like dropping it. It was like, oh, hey, I ain't got a landline. You know, when I need a landline.
But he might have known the airport's number only because those postcards, and it's from all over, from Julia traveling a lot.
Yeah.
However, Ash, that is a really good point, because when we were watching it again, I was like, why? He pretended to call Julia, and I'm like, well, if he pretended that phone call, he definitely pretended to call the airport.
Now, if y'all were John and you getting irritated by this dude, like how long before you just be like, all right, I'm gonna reveal what's really going on, you know, because some people could ride it out the whole time, but some people are like, nah, I can't take this, you know, like let me put this place right quick, you know.
Ooh.
See, I'm gonna have patience like the Dalai Lama. You helping me out. You don't know you helping me out, so I'm gonna ride this as long as I possibly could. You could be on it. You be over there doing handstands and pussy popping. I don't care. You helping me out. I don't care how annoying you are. I'm safe.
You need help with your dinner? I got you.
Yeah, dishwashers, got it. No problem.
Charles, like, your dinner's ready. Like, yeah.
Period. Like, you know, you don't know. I'm helping you, helping me out.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. You know, we got Michael says, I'm not patient, so this would be rather quick.
Same, Michael. Same. I don't have time for the BS. And
but if they helping you out, knowing this is like, look, your freedom is on the line. You're gonna sit up there and you're gonna have a little bit more tolerance than what you think, because that fear will kick in.
I am gonna play into it, but Tyrone knows I have this thing about eating people's food and drinking the drinks that, you know, from people I don't know. So just because they're helping, it doesn't mean, you know, and he offers you wine, that don't mean you got to drink it, because that's exactly how he got in that foolishness in the first place. He thought the glass of wine was innocent.
Well, yeah, I'm always weary of, especially, you know, depending on if I'm going over somebody's house, like I got to really trust you in order to, you know, for you to pour me a little something to drink, you know, because you never know. You know.
Yeah,
So.
I know Warwick was being nice, probably because I mean your foot is bleeding, so of course you want to drink, you know.
Yeah.
Then I feel like the way Warwick's home was designed, like for you to, now that I think about it, I'm like, for you to let this man's bloody foot just be dripping, like it don't make sense. It don't match up. Like somebody like him would have been like, all right, you know, bandage that shit up at the floor or put a bag on at the doormat, you know.
And I noticed that he never did offer to clean up his foot.
He was worried about his house. Like
Right.
when he first
we
did
have
it,
blood on the floor.
I thought he was going to help his foot, but
Yeah.
he went straight for his floor. Like, no, I'm a germaphobe or something.
Well, he tried to let us know. Well, I don't want to skip too far ahead in the story, but he did let us know how he feel about these people later on in the film when he was talking to the other cops in the car.
Yeah.
Where he was talking about criminals and how, I was like, oh, so you not only are you trying to make it seem like you're not one of them, but you're also letting everyone know that you don't give a damn about them and they deserve everything that they get.
Yeah, which which you know we'll get into you know at the end of the discussion, you know, to see what really was really going on, you know. But they're talking and you know they're he's on the phone and he's like, oh yeah, talking about the baggage and stuff like that and the airport tickets and Julia and you know my other guests are on the way, and then the news comes on, you know, that old radio comes on and it starts describing him and he's like, shut the fuck up, you know, one. And I'm just like, yo, like you bold, my man, you know, like is you ready to like turn this up right now when this dude literally let you in the house, like to do something like that, I feel like you're ready to shut it down, like you're ready to tie this dude up. You know, you're pulling this facade off and being like, hey, this is who I am. You're in danger right now, you know. So it was definitely a moment for me when he was just like, shut the fuck up, and just to see Warwick's face and just be like, excuse me, you know,
he
and
gagged him.
Too stoned to speak.
I will not be talked to like that. And
I don't care if you are Julia's friend, but I think that was calculated too. He told him like 2-3 times, can you please be quiet? I'm trying to hear this on the radio. And he's talking over it and he's ignoring what he wanted. He knew it was, you know, he can get him angry. And
then,
that,
I think too, I'm sorry, Jaleesa. I think too that Warwick saw that the effects of the drugging was taking place because he kept doing this. Like John kept trying to focus and trying to collect himself. So he kept talking louder and he kept talking over it and stuff like that. He was like, I got you, homie. Like it's down from here.
Oh, you thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like you know, I guess it depends on the person, like how they would react to that in that situation or whatever. But I feel like a lot of people, you know, they heart would have sunk, you know, if you let somebody in and then all of a sudden the mood just shifts like that and you're alone with this person or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm a little scared for Warwick, you know, for what was it, like a couple minutes, you know, and then we get to see that that Warwick, you know, had the drop on old boy, you know.
I wasn't scared for him until John saw that photo of him hugging air in a photo. And I was like, oh Lord, no. Run if you can.
When I saw that, I was like, what is going on? Like, oh shit's about to go down. Like
this man is equally as quirky as Art the Clown. I really think like he pulls stunts like Art. Like they are just equally as goofy in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun. I feel like he's fun. Yes. He's definitely fun. You know, I feel like as soon as I saw that photo that you were speaking about, I'm like,
he was cheesy. He was like,
no. My thing is when he knocked over the bitch at the table and he picking up air like, Like, oh shit, and he icing the bitch imaginary face. I lost it. I said, this man is hilarious. I want to be his friend. Like, I want to be his friend, and I want to
Or
be your
his
friend's friends. Like, I want to meet
or his slow
all of
sex
them.
scene. I was like,
Yo,
he's
Yeah,
humping air.
he was
That
slapping it.
is
She had a
he
stroke,
was,
bro. Let me tell you.
he had that hip
Vivid
action. I was like, oh,
Entertainment need to. We're jumping ahead. Sorry, y'all. Sorry,
no,
Idris. Go
No,
it's cool. You know, so it's revealed. You know that
Mhm.
that he's got the drop on him. You know, he's poisoned the he put sedatives in the wine. You know, so
Mhm.
John just he takes a nasty fall and then he wakes up. You know, and he's all discombobulated and everything. And I'm just like, wow, like
Mhm.
that's when I was like, I sat up in my seat. I was like, oh, we going here with it. Like I
Yeah.
didn't expect this, and
Mhm.
I don't know, I feel like at that moment the movie kicked it up a notch, and my adrenaline was there.
yeah, it especially first of all, one of my favorite parts was when John was asleep and he slapped him awake.
Oh, that was on the couch. On the couch. Yes.
Yes, he
Yes,
slapped
yes,
him awake.
yes.
That
Like
was
for
so.
what?
And
the
I agree
one
with
thing
you,
about this
Germs.
movie is like they were throwing hands.
Yeah.
Like when he kicked Warwick and all that. So I was like, damn, like that hurt
Yeah.
me.
Mhm.
But John was getting fucked up. Like Warwick, he had some.
He was.
I
Don't
mean,
let the
in
size fool you.
Warwick, he is a lot of fun, but he's so much fun that he drugged this man just so he can join in on the Congo line. Like who?
Yo,
But
and I
John, I'm sorry, Tyrone, but John is smart because he played into that. He
Yeah.
was like, yo, like that's so freaking smart in my opinion, because if I was a victim or a target, I'm gonna play along as much as possible. I'm with Mike. Mike is famous for saying like, I would seduce the killer. Me too. I'll drop to my knees quick. What's good? Like I'm for all of that. I like life. I like life. I like the people in my life. What do I have to do to preserve this?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Now the scene that took me out though was when John woke up, and he's sitting at the dinner table, and the table is set for all these different dinner guests, who were late,
Sorry.
and or who were late, and we see we see Warwick going around the table eating food
Eating
off
the food.
everybody's plate,
Bro,
drinking off it. I'm like, wait a
Monica's my
minute.
girl. Monica, she came in with her face beat and
Mm-hmm.
she just was looking at bitches up and down. Like if me and Monica was at the same party, her and I would have a key. Like we would just talk about everybody. Like, look at that bitch. Look at her. Imaginary ass shoes. Fuck with like I would love Monica. That's my girl.
But I'm like, what would have been the thought in you guys' brain if you were tied up and you're like, well, damn, like I thought I had the drop on this dude, but now he got the drop on
Oh,
me. And I'm thinking that this was a dinner party, but turns out it's a party of one. These people are imagined. These people are in his head. Like,
It's still a dinner party.
Yeah. Where's the food? Pass the plate. No, I would legit be like, what in the actual fuck? Like, I'll be
yeah.
so dumbfounded. Like, wait a minute.
It's so scary. It just yeah, you go in with a plan. Your plan is foolproof. You're good. Like you have your ducks lined up, and then all of a sudden he pull out the rifle, and it's like boom, knocking them ducks down like it's duck
Right.
hunt. Like I'm shook. Like but if you're a good enough criminal, you gonna find a way to flip it back into your
Right.
favor.
And it just shows you, like, you cannot judge a book by its cover.
at
Yeah.
all.
Like, look at Warwick. Like, you look at him, like, just looking at the, like a picture of him, you're like, oh, he's a weakling. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Like,
Yeah.
look how he's acting. Like, he wouldn't do anything. Warwick's
And
like, bet.
did y'all think too, like to me, I'm very big on like character development in films. I feel like John's character development was such a slow burn, but it was a good payoff at the
Mhm.
end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Because we
agree.
didn't know nothing about this man. We knew nothing about him, why he did what he did, why he did what he did it, and then come to find out, homie was getting played.
And I love how the flashbacks played throughout this movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, so why are we, like, I feel like I'm jumping ahead. I'm like, okay, so why are we seeing this random woman? Like, who is she? Like, what is going on? Like,
yeah, I'm thinking, is she sick? Like, she grabbing her side? You know, like all this stuff is going on, and you
it
know,
was your appendix,
uh-huh.
gallbladder. But
I'm like, okay, John, maybe he wasn't such a bad guy. You know, maybe he was, you know, in a crazy situation, you know, and he had to do what he had to do to provide for, you know, the woman in his life, you know, to make it happen, you know. So it was just like, okay, you know, like this is interesting. This is interesting.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like, can you be the victim of a situation that you created?
that popped in my head. I had that in my notes. I'm like, so are we allowed to feel bad for him, even though he was doing something wrong at first?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's nuanced characters. It's a nuance in characters, you know.
I was gonna say something, but never mind. It left.
No problem. Now, what did y'all think about Warwick showing John photos of the other victims?
That's also my favorite part. Because the way the fear would have bubbled up in my throat, like
yes, Julissa, yes.
It wasn't just him eating other, I was about to say other people's food. No one was there, but it was, but not just that, like you see him interacting with people who's not there, but then you got the photo album. Yeah. And I'm like, oh no, is he a sociopath? Like he's done this over and over again, and you're collecting photos, you're taking photos of your victims, and you have it neatly in a photo album.
In a time
organized. This is what's going to timestamp.
This is what's going to happen to you at 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 6 a.m. You on borrowed time.
He's like, oh yeah, top of the hour. So this is going to be happening next. Oh, you see this picture? That's about to be you.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, I have to say, Warwick is like one of my favorite characters now.
He is. He stole this movie. Like real talk. I don't know if we were supposed to hate him.
I don't.
I did a little bit, like.
Not me.
Like towards like the final act, but like the way it wrapped up, I was just like, okay, I understand, but I'm still kind of mad at you.
My boy won at the end.
Now what about, how did y'all feel about the dancing and the choreography?
Love it.
I would have joined in.
Where would I was gonna say what would have set it off was me. If that scene would have been perfect. I would have been in there cutting the row.
Like, the Cupid shuffle? Okay, let's go.
What? I would have been throwing ass. I would have been like starting a Soul Train.
Throw that ass in a circle. Ass.
Yeah. Bend that ass over. Let that go get read. Like, go ahead, Warwick. And then I would have invited right. I would have been so turned. I would have invited the nosy neighbor bitch. Like, come on, let's go.
She would have called the cops.
She would have been in that book too.
And that's another thing that I wanted to mention. The neighbors, because we after the dancing scene, we cut to a scene where, another flashback with John. But after that flashback, we go to the pool scene where John is just floating up, and then you just see fucking Warwick just like swan emerge out of the pool, and it's just like, dude.
But my man Warwick covered that up though with the mask. He if you want to talk about thinking on your feet and being resourceful, call him. Yeah, that was hilarious.
He's like Creature from Black Lagoon. Bet.
And it was around those times where I had mentioned to Julissa, because I was like, this motherfucker crazy. She was like, he ain't crazy. And I'm like, well, if he ain't crazy, he's an actor. He's got to be like a method actor or whatever. And,
so. Oh, good observation, Tyrone.
Yeah, he did mention that, like, especially since he showed him his short film and he's sitting there and, you know, he's like, I did the makeup and hair myself. He was so proud of it. And it's just him like pretending to cut himself.
It's not funny. It's not funny,
but I bought that. I'm like, I was looking at my grandpa. I'm like, Grandpa, like, this is crazy. He was like, yeah, this motherfucker, it's crazy.
I know your grandpa's like, what kind of shit you got me watching?
But he liked it. He found it hilarious. So, and then too, like midway through the movie, I had to stop. I'm like, well, what category does it fall under? It falls under a comedy. So I'm like, okay, y'all doing y'all job with this thing.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think about that from off the bat, but you know, watching it today on Peacock, it was in the comedy section.
Yeah, it's a thriller comedy.
Yeah. You know, because your mom enjoyed it. She was laughing at it as well.
My God. My brother and my mom cracked up at every single scene. Every single scene. And they laughed at parts I didn't expect for them to laugh at. I'm like, this is funny to you. I should have known.
It was just like his manner, like Warwick's mannerisms. It's just like what really stole the show for me. Like there's one scene, it was like in the beginning, he was like something went off. He was like, oh, like he was just like so giddy, like getting his food and stuff. I'm like, I love him.
He really brought that whatever. I know the writer who wrote this movie, when they thought of Warwick, they thought one thing, but then when he brought this character to life, I know they were pleasantly like thrilled with this. Like, okay, this man really what I envisioned, he amplified it. He did the damn thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the audition was. Like, I would love to see that tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't, you know, watching Frasier, like I never thought that he could, you know,
because the character he played in that show, it was like really like strict, like just follow by the book, conservative. There you go. Like, yeah. And then you look at him in this, and you're like, oh.
And he's doing synchronized dance to Car Wash.
Car Wash, yes.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Now the next scene, you know, that came up was Warwick, you know, writing the postcards, you know, to himself.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it gets lonely. You never know. I mean, Julia is his imaginary friend.
But see, like my thing is too, like, and this is a somewhat serious question, but like people who have psychological issues like this, I don't know if it's like a schizophrenia or something like that. Like when they create these characters, do they draw inspiration from somewhere, or it's just really off the top of the dome? Like, I want to know how these come about.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Like just meeting people in life that you just randomly think of. I don't know. It fascinates me. I'll probably, after this conversation, I'll YouTube a TED Talk on it or something. I don't know. I'll let you know what I find out.
It's psychological.
I don't think they were ever. I think it's their brain telling them that these are these type of people. I mean, he's a cop. Yeah. So I guess his name is Roman. He's a prosecutor. Like he just happens to be a prosecutor. And even like what everyone does for a living, these people, it does, Ash, it does sound like, you know, he's really lonely. And I mean, it also looks like these are the type of friends he would want to have if he has friends.
Yeah.
This is the type of thing he would want to do. He would throw a dinner party. So if he didn't have a psychological disorder, it looks like he's manifesting.
Yeah. Okay. Just your imagination.
Yeah. Like if you imagine, oh, I want this type of friend, what type of friend, like what would they do for a living? And they just all happen to be in his age demographic. No one was too far off from his profession or his age or from his background. They were all like him. So I think he imagine these people. I don't think he drew inspiration from anywhere. That's what he wants. Therefore, that's what he thinks.
Okay.
See, that's kind of sweet in a sense because if I was crazy, I would create y'all.
He, that's sweet.
I would create you if I was crazy, Jaleesa.
I would create everything.
Yes.
All of y'all are great, especially
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he's the first one you're creating.
But in my mind, like he keeps the beard. He never shaves it. Ever.
Here
Ever.
we go.
That's it. That's the only thing I would change. He would never shave the beard.
Here we go.
You want it long?
No, just keep it the way it is. Get it shaped up
Okay,
nice,
okay.
Get a little design, my name or something. That'd be cute.
A design in the beard?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I try every year. Brandon has a big beard. I try to buy like the beard ornaments for Christmas. He will not let me do it. He pisses me off. He never lets me live.
Okay, I'm adding that. Hold on. He pisses me off. He never lets
me
live. Okay.
My
Done.
nerves.
Now, John thinks he finally has the drop on old boy on Warwick, and he grabs the knife, and he goes in.
Mhm.
He goes in for the kill, but we find out it's a play knife.
Yes, I didn't want to skip that very important part when John was explaining his girlfriend how to play chess.
Yes.
And he wanted to bargain for his life. Like, if I beat you in chess, I've only played twice, but if I win, you gotta let me go. And we see the scene where he's explaining to his girlfriend how to win at chess. And something very important that he said was everyone thinks the king is the most important piece on the chessboard, but it's really the pawn. And I felt like he was describing himself because he got played not once, but twice in this movie. Yep. He was a pawn in his girlfriend's bank robbery setup, and then she set him up to get captured. Yeah. Then he basically was lured into a trap with Warwick's house.
See, that bathtub scene, like just him talking about the chess.
Yes.
It made me fall for him. I was like,
yeah.
I'm like what Germ was saying. Water with nobody though.
No.
That's nasty.
Germ says I have like bad taste in men, and I'm just like, and that really popped into my head.
Not Amos.
No. That popped into my head when I was just like, I'm falling for this damn character. In the back of my mind, I'm like, Germ is going to judge me so hard on this.
And you know something, Ash? I said when I was watching this, I'm thinking, oh, Ash probably thinks he's hot or something like that. She's attracted to him.
He was cute, but he was not my type. But like, just
you like a nerdy. We know that, but like his sweetness.
That's what it was. Like, just see him, like his character. Like, we're introduced to him as like this bad person on the run. He did something bad, and like when we're doing these flashbacks, we are shown like a much softer, loving, caring side of him. Like he overall is a good person. He just got played with.
Yeah, and that's such a good metaphor though, Jaleesa, about the pawns. I didn't think of that. I did not think of that. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, layers.
Yeah, I absolutely. I did put down a quote that he said, "Know the weakness of the opponent, and then you can influence their decisions."
Damn. See this movie. Who wrote this? Let me see. I'm about to see who wrote.
I'm gonna watch this movie again, and this time I'm doing it under the influence because I watched it sober.
Yo, you're gonna crack up at Warwick watching it again because now that you know what's going on,
he's gonna be Warwick,
bro.
He's gonna have a dinner party.
Boy. Yes, he is my boy.
Let me see, Nicholas Tomney.
Yeah, now, I go ahead, Tom.
No, I'm sorry. What were we gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like with him because he eventually wins the chess, right? He wins. He lets him go, and he says like, I'm a man. I'm a lot of things, but I'm a man of my word. He lets him go, but then he starts getting in his head talking ish. You know what I mean? His dumb ass goes back, gets that knife that you were talking about, and stabs him, and it's fake. But this man did not leave character. Warwick, did you see the expression on his face? Like, oh, you got me. Like, oh, like it, like, and then he pulls it out, and it's just like it's fake. I'm like, come on, like method acting. It's just he was too damn good in this role. He was, y'all.
It kind of reminds me of that scene in Superhost. I don't know if y'all seen Superhost, but
yes, I love that. Yeah,
when she stabbed her, or she towards the end, you know,
I love that part. She stabbed her and said, it just screamed at her face. But speaking of Superhost, that's what they thought we were reviewing earlier in the comment section.
Yeah, Sylvester thought we was talking about Superhost. I mean, both great movies, you know, both great movies.
I haven't seen that one either.
It's on Shudder.
Shudder. Highly recommend that one. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Rebecca,
we have not done a Clubhouse in a long time, y'all. We need to do a Clubhouse movie one day. Just all of us get together.
Superhost would be perfect.
Yeah. Something before Blurred Con, probably.
Oh yeah,
I'm with it.
Just saying.
Put
my feelers out.
Yeah,
me too.
We definitely down. We definitely down. You know, then we get to the scene where John, he's in the tub. He's just laying there in the tub watching Warwick
cheeks
and somebody.
He was swimming, bro.
And I'm like that to me was one of the most horrifying scenes, because I feel like you're in the tub, you're in this fucked up situation, and all this stuff that you've been through. You've seen this man eating food and all this stuff, and now you're seeing him have sex with one of his imaginary friends.
Who you think it was? They never said who it was. Who you think it was?
I think it was the one who got hit.
Yeah. The one that got hit.
Because he had a thing. He had a thing for her. He was like, "Oh, let me."
Yeah, but to me, it looked like she was flirting with one of the other imaginary people.
They was all getting down.
He ain't real.
So even imaginary, they could be messy.
Yes. Warwick tried to be the Riz god. He was trying to talk her up. So he put the one arm up on the one, so baby, no, no, it ain't. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about her. It's just me and you. And John just watching like,
this man is crazy.
And I'm like, what type of party is this? Like, it turned from a dinner party, to a sex party, especially if John in the tub watching. What the hell going on here?
He was fully clothed, though, everybody. He was fully clothed, but we knew what was going on.
He was fully clothed, and the music wasn't actually playing.
That is a mess of a situation.
Yeah, only Warwick can hear the music.
Bruh, you really wake up and you see some shit like that. And then too, when he was in the bathtub, the last picture in that was at 6 a.m. and it was the picture with the man, his throat slit in the bathtub. So I wake up knowing I'm in the same position that this man's life ended, and the last visual I see is this scrawny ass middle-aged white man fucking air. I'm pissed. Like, can I go another time? Kill me another way.
Like, not like this.
Not like this.
Lord. Not on Pride Month. Not in Pride.
Not in Pride. And then Juneteenth coming up too. See, no, it's just we can't. Not like this.
Not like this.
Save me, Jesus.
Not in June. Not in June. But yeah, we get to the because he shows the photos and stuff like that, and we see we know what's gonna happen. And then we see the scene, and I'm like, damn, he got him. Yeah, he got him. It's over. He had his fun, and then you start to see this motherfucker wake up, and I'm like, damn, what? And I was
a vein, I miss an artery.
Like, the funny thing is, when I saw him get up and pick the stuff off, I was like, this, for some reason, that made him crazier to me.
It's the most bizarre thing. Like you should have like killed him. You know he's gonna tell. Like he's gonna. You know that. So that means you didn't kill your other victims.
So you brought up a guy. I was literally just about to say that. I'm over here thinking. I'm like, he's kind of like another version of Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Like teaching them a lesson and then like just like letting them live. I don't know. I'm over
like a PG.
Yeah.
Jigsaw took them through some stuff like losing limbs and all that and stuff. You just got like a little black eye cut on your face. But
he's just building his portfolio for a FX creator, whatever you want to call it.
He has a hobby.
Yeah.
Are we mad at him for having a hobby? It's harmless.
I mean, nobody died. You know,
no one's dead. But did you? But did you die?
But that man was in a donut in the pool.
Jaleesa, did he die? But did he die?
And what made me crack up even more was the confidence, the gall for you to let this nigga go and be like, oh yeah, like you know where I live at, because John know where you live at. And he's
a cop and he's a lieutenant. And he said, you think anyone's gonna believe you? And he was right.
Yeah,
he was right. It took for I guess the end of it took for that photo. You let that man go, but you let the girl get caught.
But
I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, because she let him get caught.
Yeah, Simone girl, what? Like
she pissed me off.
She deserved it. She deserved it. Absolutely. And I thought dude was gonna do something, but he didn't cause physical harm or anything. He was just so hurt because he wanted to know why. And for her to fix her face to say like, oh, because you were gonna do it. And I'm like,
like
bitch. I felt so bad for him.
Like she played the hell out of him. Like that would make me I'm like, I'm done.
Can we take it back though? Can I ask y'all a question? Would y'all rob a bank for y'all loved one if they're sick?
I'm gonna need to see some paperwork. Let me see the official doctor diagnosis.
I can't confirm nor deny that, but y'all got my answer.
Yeah.
I would do something like I wouldn't rob a bank. I would probably start like an OnlyFans or something like that.
That's what I was.
Yeah, something.
I would like I'll go into porn. You know, something that's legal but fast money.
I'll be a plus size stripper. There you go.
I'm gonna be not set it off. Ocean's 11.
Yeah, something legal. Because at the end of the day, you got to be there for your loved one.
Yes,
you want to be there. You don't want to be behind bars.
Yeah,
so.
But it's just crazy how like it all played out. Because if I heard correctly, he asked her out multiple times. She turned him down, and then she finally like gave in. Like her whole setup, I'm like, damn.
Kind of like how Lord John in with the she wasn't feeling him at first, but she been feeling him. Like she just couldn't be that eager, and then the appendix or whatever started hurting, and she mentioned at the beginning that he was a criminal already. Yeah. And that told
me what
he
was made of. Like, let me see how good of a criminal. Let's see if you're worthy for this.
It's a test.
Yeah, because I'm time enough for you. Little do you know.
Crazy.
That was a good twist. That was a great twist. It was like twist back to back to back. It really
Especially
was.
That final half. Yeah, the climax of the movie and all that stuff.
I feel like now I'm sitting here thinking about it. This movie had great pacing.
It did.
It had great pacing.
I wasn't bored with it.
I wasn't either. Usually, like when I'm reviewing the movie, this is behind the scenes. I'm always on my phone, like, just looking up things, playing something, reading the text, and I'll look up if I hear a line that catches my attention. But this movie, I was stuck. I'm like, oh crap. It was good. It had great pacing.
My thing is about Mr. John. If you're already known as like a criminal, why not have a better disguise?
that shake and go wig. That shake and go party wig.
Hat, the sunglasses. But like cover up your tattoos, something like
It was
so bad.
It was given 27-piece auntie who drives the bus
Uh-uh.
with the Bluetooth and gold tooth. That's what it was given.
Not the gold tooth.
A gold tooth and one of them Bluetooths back in the day that
He didn't have to look that suspicious. Like, whose idea was that to wear that?
And his foot was still dripping. It's like your foot's still dripping. You know,
came
you
through dripping, drip,
walking
drip.
around, hobbling through the whole damn movie. You know, just it was yeah, it was. I was like, all right, you know, especially when he peeled off the little sticker on his sunglasses. You know, I'm like this. I'm like, all right, John. You know, like this.
But then too, kudos to like Warwick too. Like his work was immaculate. His makeup work and special effects work and stuff like that.
He has plenty of experience. Look at his portfolio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It was a. I agree with you guys. The twists and turns and how they wrapped it up was definitely like it was definitely expertise. Like that's why I feel like this movie needs, you know, more light shed on it. You know, what's up, Ivory? Thanks for stopping by. Talk about the Perfect Host. You know, we was doing a review with the folks, you know, Rise from the Dead podcast on the Perfect Host. You know, Michael says I plead the fifth. You know, of course, Michael.
Oh, that was the bank robbing question.
Of course, of course. You
know that answer.
We know what you would choose, Michael.
But how many prosthetic wounds out of 5 would you guys give this film? You know, would you rate this film? You know, how many prosthetic slits to the throat would you rate this film?
5, I guess.
Okay.
5 out of 5. Yeah.
I would give it a 4.5. I would give it a 4.5. Just because I wanted to know like what happened at the end to the detective when he said he was going over to his house and stuff like that. That's the only thing. Like this movie could have kept going.
You knew what happened, okay.
I mean, but did he really kill him? Because the situation was different. Now Warwick was in a position of, you know, being exposed. You know what I mean? Now because he was onto him. So now does he really have it in him to take a life? That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's possible because he's been practicing up until this point.
His dosage was 2 pills. Whatever he was taking, his dosage was 2, but he was only taking 1. But for this situation, this motherfucker's about to bag me. Oh, medication where?
And he was mixing it with alcohol.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
No. It's like red or white wine. Which one's going to hit harder? It's like
so if this movie, it's a great movie, great suggestion, folks. You really put me onto this. Like you ever, you know, those people who have that one movie that like they champion regardless of people's takes on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of those movies. I'm like, yo, you gotta watch this, and I want to watch it with you.
I always love seeing people's reactions. That's why, like, it's one of those movies that we both are like, when the Perfect Host is mentioned, we like, yo, you got. We know most people ain't seen shit, you know.
Yeah,
it's definitely up there. I'm gonna give it 4 prosthetic slits to the throat. You know, wasn't a perfect film, but it was damn good. Like the acting was on point, the story was on point.
And that house is beautiful.
Oh yeah,
beautiful home.
Oh yeah. You know, it was definitely up there. Ash, did we get your rating?
No.
She's thinking.
What you trying to say?
That you're very, you know.
I'll give it 2.5. I'm just kidding. No.
See, disconnect her.
I would give it a solid 4 prosthetics out of 5. I do have a question. It's probably not that important, but I was curious about his neighbor. I'm like, does she realize that he doesn't have any friends? Like, did she ever notice the people in and out of his house? Like the people, like the victims, the ones that were in his photo album.
That's probably why he don't play the loud music.
Yeah. Like if she were to look over her window, it'd be like, he is doing the conga line by himself.
Because you know she was nosy. You know she a nosy neighbor. You know she was
as hell.
business.
But that's my only thing. I feel like this movie did a great job with like the twist, because you do like there are some movies out there that are focusing so hard on the twist that they're just like overloading like the viewers with twists, like, oh, let's just throw all these different twists at the viewers. Oh yeah, that's a good movie. But like this was perfectly placed. The pace, the twists were they played out really well. I was not bored. I really liked the characters. I really like Warwick. But yeah, I give it a solid 4.
Okay.
Love it.
So let's average about a 4.5, for the flick, But yes. If you have not checked out The Perfect Host, make sure you check it out. Lady Evil, you had said it was on Tubi.
Yes,
and
it's on Tubi and Peacock, but I highly suggest just get the Blu-ray or the DVD. Just get it.
It has to be in the collection. It does.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them. It's definitely one of them, But thank y'all, for joining us. Rise from the Dead podcast, Ash and Germs, family in the building. Always a good time.
We had so much fun.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yes, like I said earlier, like this is the prequel to the real shebang that's going to happen at BlurredCon. We cannot wait to see y'all. We cannot wait. The family reunion.
Just let me know what time. Let us know what time y'all gonna be on, and we gonna be there.
Absolutely.
We gonna be there, showing up, showing out. Thank you to everybody who was in the chats with us tonight. Kicking it with us. Michael Anthony, Bobby likes spooky. People under the scares. In the building tonight, Mike Unofficial, in the building tonight. AP Blake, 1987, in the building tonight. Sylvester Barzay in the building tonight. Author extraordinaire, Paul Draws.
Paul Draws.
Tonight. In Love with Horror. AJ and Christy in the building tonight. Thank y'all for stopping by. Always thankful for the love. Always thankful for the love. Anybody else that we missed, we do apologize. Dice, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Ivory, thank you for stopping by. But yes, and if you have not subscribed, to these folks' podcast, you are missing, Spotify.
Do it now.
Listen now, because it's from the beginning to from the earlier episodes to the current episodes. Masterful, and with the breakdowns, and just showing love to the movies, and because when you go on their podcast and you listen to their podcast, you're going to be discovering films that you more than likely never heard about, and that's what I love about it, because everybody's talking about, oh, they got Maxine, everybody know about Maxine, everybody know about Scream 7, but do you know about the shit that they be talking about? So that's the beautiful thing about it.
We are people.
Yes. But yes, that's been another episode of Evol Live. I'm Evil, and
I am Lady Evil.
Yes, and we out this thing. Peace, love, and horror, folks. And we out this thing.